Welcome to another Pike and Shot battle. This is Adwalton Moor, 1643, against Seto. I have the Royalist. He commands Parliament's forces, who are going to be holed up in these hedges with a bunch of musketeers, some not very great cavalry, and clubmen, which are basically local farmers, various weapons and not weapons mustered as mobs. I have 1 artillery, 2 dragoons, 9 detached musketeers, and I opted for the extra 3 separately deployed Royalist pikemen. These count as Kyles, at least until they've suffered maybe about 30% casualties, then they would lose their impact and melee Kyle POAs. I also have a mass of Cavaliers, which are great, but impact mounted doesn't happen in non-open terrain, and the entire battle is going to be happening in non-open terrain. Now, I do believe I outnumber Parliament's forces by a fair amount, so it might be one of those scenarios where the wing conditions are tweaked to make up for that. Next turn. So yes, our losses must not exceed 16%. So that's a pretty tough goal. We get to deploy. Okay, so we're just putting all our lights in the wings to try to drive off the cavalry or disrupt them before charging with the Cavaliers. The pikemen we will just advance just out of musket shot and then charge when it comes down to it. So the pikemen are Kyle. That's 100 impact if in open terrain, which we're not going to be. The pike impact is otherwise only defensive impact versus mounted, so we'll have an even terms impact against these musketeers if we remain steady before contact. That could be difficult. Next turn. No surprises. Let's keep working towards the edges for the moment. And threaten to shoot back. And yeah, I think I want to get all the way around that edge. So shift over entirely. Good. And we'll send 4 units of Cavaliers over as well. Oops, that's fine. Can we hit anything? Sure. Okay, where was I? Let's see. I have to brave a lot of fire before we get into close combat. So I really want to set up on the edges first. Next turn. Oh. I wonder if he's trying to occupy the line of this road, or what's going on here. Because an advance into the open would not be a good idea. Just out of musket shot. Don't want to get in a firefight with its entire infantry line. Lurk a bit. There we go. Don't think we need to move these pikemen up yet until we know what's going on with this situation. Next turn. Okay, shifting entirely over. So, question is, should I move these musketeers down or fall back? I should probably just move them down and try to force them to stretch out uncomfortably. Engage in some harassment. Try to take out these clubmen. Oops, that was a half arc. They hold firm. Okay, so let's just run down. So if he brings a lot of troops to fight our lights, then everyone can move up at once, try to close into melee while they're distracted. If he only sends a few, then we can try to defeat those few in detail before moving up. Next turn. Okay, he's pushing forward, that's good. Let's keep pursuing, but along the way we can take care of these clubmen. Good. Then work on this horse. And some cavaliers can push and support. And that should be good for now. Next turn. Good. Let's fall back a bit. Work on these clubmen so they don't become too much of a threat. Good. Excellent. So cavaliers can attempt to move into contact. You fall back and fall back. We need to stay out of musket shot of these hedgerows. Okay, and that should be good for now. I know I'm playing pretty cautiously, but given that I can't lose more than 16% of the army, I think I really need to do so. Next turn. Rally on the dragoons. And so we remain just at a musket shot. Oh. More cavalry coming here. It's starting to turn around to face my light, so we'll shift them more behind instead of head on. Break, leading to some disruptions. And not close enough. Interesting. Well, get close enough then. And forward. And continue to stay out of musket shot. Good. What we got here? They've turned around, but they don't have a whole lot of support yet. why don't we just kind of, you know, work our way around the edges. And to the flanks. And maybe contribute an extra cohesion check. Nope. No need to risk ourselves yet. That'll do. Next turn. I'm gonna have to draw off here, but now I think it's time to assault with the pikemen. See if we can go for an immediate break here. Nope. In we go. If we could get into here, we'd be able to charge not across the enclosure. Might be worth attempting. Now, in the meantime, the cavalry is going to exist solely to draw fire. See if you draw fire. Good. Then return fire. And unfortunately, yeah, we'll have to put up with that. Put some pressure on. And begin to advance the pikemen. Next turn, this cavalry can also advance and support to try to draw fire, if nothing else. Alright. Next turn. No brakes, unfortunately. Good. Now, if these parliamentarian horse don't break this melee phase, it would be pretty annoying. I want to follow up into these dragoons. Turn, take a volley. Too bad. Fire back. Zone them in. Good. Put some pressure on. What about a frag? Good. Kill me charge? No. Light foot against medium foot, right. Alright, to see if you can absorb any fire. No? There we go. Better. Okay, I think it's time to start getting shot at, unfortunately. Good. Now this is non-open, so we won't get our impact mounted POA, but we will get our, well, they won't get their plus 100, I think, because we won't be charging across a hedge. So it's not the best, but it's alright. And we can have the cavalry absorb musketry. As long as the pikes aren't taking it, I am okay with that. Okay, that's the situation. Next turn. Ooh, our dragoons might get cut up then. Is that wise? I suppose they're disrupted. Not pleasant at all. Push towards those guns and let's ignore this melee because we can. Instead, disrupt those musketeers. Good. I guess you can fight them. So no impact capabilities apply for either because even though we're not charging across a hedge, it's not open terrain. We do get plus 25 for above average. Good enough. I'll take it. Here, again, we get the plus 25, and that's it for impact. However, in melee, we do get our pistol melee and are above average, so up 125, no armor because they have muskets. And then the combat strength modifier is strongly in their favor, so it's not the greatest. As opposed to charging across a hedge where they're protected and get plus 100 both impact and melee, which is brutal. So get past this zone into the hedges. We just need to get into charge range, which we have done. So here, no impact capabilities, even though we are a Kyle, because the Kyle doesn't get impact in non-open terrain. But in melee, we get Kyle plus 100. So let's get in. Damn, I was hoping they would open fire when we did that. Ugh. Okay. Push on. Good. Now, why don't we go for... No. Come on. No, but really... Nope. They break. You're disrupted, but not priority charge target. Get into this enclosure and threaten flanks. Push past. Not really worth it yet. Okay, now you next turn should be able to impact there. You wait in reserve. The others may move up. And I suppose fire again. Next turn. Oop. It's just a disrupt, that's fine. We can evade further charges. Oh. No. Really needed them to stick that. Yeah, that's the right call, because these are not rear charges here because of the hedge. It's unfortunate for my cavalry, but that's fine. I really need the infantry to be engaging. Damn. So we have plus 100 POA, but we've suffered so many casualties in the advance that we're suffering from negative combat strength modifier. Here. See if we can't get a frag. No, but actually a frag. Good. Then break them. And see, no, does not disrupt. Okay. Well, move down here, clear a path, fire, and fire. Set up a flank. Do we bounce off? Kind of pointless. maybe we'll pursue in here. No, we can't. We're locked in here. That's fine. Do it. Again, no impact DOAs, just troop quality. No armor because of the muskets. I'll just have to bounce here. Ooh. Okay, we'll just stand and get shot at. That's less horrible, I guess. In we go. Let's see. Oh, we've suffered so many casualties that we no longer count as a Kyle, so we get no melee POAs. We'll charge in anyway, because what else are we going to do? Bounced. Yeah, it's even impact, because it's the not open enclosure. What we could do is actually go here, set up a flank, then go here. Good. And why don't we join in? Damned enclosures. Okay. Get in here. Okay, good. We stuck the impact. Once we stick the impact, we're fine. Let's do something a little shady. Block that priority charge so we can get it against the musketeers. Nothing much to do here. I guess we get in before we get shot to death. Now that's unfortunate, but it's the only way to engage them. I mean, this is not going to be successful. Yeah, it wasn't. Next turn, these guys will turn. I'll be able to charge and lock them into a melee if I don't get destroyed by trying to attack across a hedge. Okay, so that's the overall situation. Next turn. So when conditions are a bit difficult, or rather more difficult than standard in terms of percent, although of course I have more men, but I have to be routing at least 48%, not 40. Good. Interesting choice, but I guess it worked out. Ugh. Well, maybe they'll end up somewhere amusing. Guess it doesn't matter, we push it to 49. Let's see. Oh wait, at least 48% more than I have lost, and I'm only at plus 45. My losses must not exceed 16%. Okay, so it's on. It's on. Let's see. Can we do that? Not priority charge. So you pile in here, and you can pile in here, and you. How is this going? Win 39. Why don't we just get that done? Inflict disruption and join the fun. Very good. Can't flank infantry, but we can flank cavalry. Okay. Let's lock in our own men so they can't fall back, they just stick into melee. One more volley here, and fire, and fire. They hold firm. Disperse those guns. Charging them across a hedge would result probably in a bounce off anyway. Yeah, go around. That way we can fire and fire. Good. Keep firing. Now we can try charging in. Good. Is there a point? Not really. I don't think I'm going to bother disrupting my men. Okay, and can you hit anything even remotely useful? No. I guess turn this way in case you should be needed. So, looks like we've reached our final turn, being up 53%. We suffered 4% losses. We just needed to not exceed 16. We will switch the overview map for the end. Okay, so there we are. Now, I have played this as Parliament before. It is doable. It's not easy. So Seto advanced to meet my lights thrusting along my right, and kind of tried to avoid the lights moving along my left, and line the hedges. Unfortunately, that left both flanks pretty open, and in the end, he couldn't avoid my left forever, and that led to bad things. The thing to do as Parliament is to shamelessly withdraw to the back of the map and try to hold sort of a U shape of hedges and covered roads. That way, you can still get hit on the wings, but it's not as bad. You still have musketeers to support your cavalry, and your clubmen can truly stay in reserve. Again, the goal is to inflict 16% casualties, so in a nice compact formation, defending hedges, it's possible. But, like I said, it's not easy. So, a good game to Seto. And until next time.